Mr. President, for this guidance. And once again, this motion has to do with the delineation exercise embarked upon by the Independent National Electoral Commission in Warri, Federal Constituency of Delta State, and the need for urgent intervention to prevent imminent political crisis. The Senate notes from a petition emanating from the Isekiri ethnic nationality forwarded to the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters the allegation bordering on unjust treatment and marginalization of the Isekiri community in the recent delineation of wards exercise undertaken by the Independent National Electoral Commission in Warri Federal Constituency of Delta State. Also note that in the alleged delineation exercise, two communities, Baramatu and Oporoza, which hitherto had 1 ward each, have been increased to 8 wards out of 19 created in Warri Southwest. However, the Isekiri community, which had 6 wards previously, had been reduced to 5 wards in the same local government area, a situation which has raised a fundamental question and deep apprehension regarding the high level of injustice and unfair treatment as alleged by the petitioners. Further note from the petitioners that the INEC report of 4th April 2025 does not accurately reflect the realities on ground in the 3 local government areas within Warri Federal Constituency as captured by the INEC field officers. And this has stimulated myriad of reactions even from the Ijo community of Ogwejo and some Orobo groups who have raised concern over the malevolent discrepancies occasioned by the exercise, and aware that the mandate of INEC as enshrined in the 3rd schedule, part 1F, to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, is primarily geared towards facilitating the conduct of smooth, efficient, and credible elections across the country. As such, its roles are administrative and operational within the context of elections and not ethnic profiling of the various local government demography, boundary adjustments for local and state government as alleged by the petitioners. Note, from the records allegedly made available by the petitioners, the coordinates that INEC used in the proposed units, words and structures that constitute the Warri Federal Constituency were such that substantial number of communities are not within the geographical confines of Delta States, as the coordinates allegedly show that some of the communities are in Edo and Ondo states. This situation prompted the Ijos of Ogwejo to register their protests, which were earlier published in 2 national dailies describing the entire exercise as fraudulent. Also note from the petitioner's allegation that procedural irregularities, statutory breaches, and non-compliance with judicial directives were perpetrated by INEC. They also allege that INEC refused to obey the interlocutory injunction ordered by the court, restraining it from proceeding with the 12 number wards and structure in Warri South local government in 1997, and the substantive judgment which was awarded in favor of Isekiris against INEC in 2003. Further note, as alleged by the petitioners, that the delineation of Warri Federal Constituency is completely at variance with the spirit and the intent of subsisting judgment of the Supreme Court, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, and the guidelines and manuals of INEC on its mandate with regards to fresh delineation of what registration areas and polling units in the Warri Federal Constituency. And this, the petitioners said, questions the neutrality and the independent posture of INEC in the aforementioned exercise, and recalls that due to the non-resolution of the imbalance created by the failure of INEC to obey the state court judgment conflicts erupted between the Ijos, the Ishekiris, and Urobos between 1997 to 99 and 2002, 2003 respectively. Hence, the need for the Senate to, as a matter of urgency, intervene in order to avert imminent political crisis and to ensure that all anomalies are addressed before the 2027 general election, which is coming up very soon. Accordingly, resolves to 1. Mandate the Committee on Electoral Matters to, among other things, undertake an exhaustive investigative inquiry into the delineation exercise through robust interface with the relevant stakeholders, carry out on-the-spot assessment of the affected communities, as well as conduct an investigative hearing with the view to unraveling the circumstances surrounding the allegations and to make appropriate recommendations to the Senate on the way forward. And 2, to also mandate the Committee on Electoral Matters to interface with the National Boundary Commission with a view to stepping into the matter by exercising its mandate of delineating interstate and intrastate boundaries in order to avert the repeat of the unnecessary conflicts and conflagrations witnessed in the area between 1997 and 2003. I so move.
Are not in the Senate. Mr. President, I rise to second the motion on the delineation exercise embarked upon by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in Warri Federal Constituency, Delta State. The need for urgent intervention to prevent imminent political crisis as so second.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Senator Joel-Onowakpo. I represent the good people of Delta South Senatorial District. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the motion before us is in respect of my constituency, my senatorial district. And I'm very, very much familiar with the issues in that place. However, before I comment, I want to refer us to Section 53 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 that gives the INEC the power to carry out delineation exercise. I refer you to Section 158, the independence of the Independent National Electoral Commission. And I also refer you to Part 1, text schedule of the 1999 Constitution. Ordinarily, a matter like this is not a matter for the National Assembly. Number one, because the independence of the Independent National Commission must be protected. If they have carried out an exercise, and if there is anybody who is in dispute with that exercise, I think that the proper place to go is to go to the court and find an arbitration of the matter. However, having said that, Mr. President, I want to also inform this distinguished chamber that this matter is already before the Federal High Court in Warri, Federal High Court suit number FHC/WRO/CS37225. A group of people have taken INEC to court in respect of the outcome of the delineation. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I think that this matter should be rested and allow due process to continue in the courts. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, Senator Ide Dafinale representing Delta Central. Mr. President, my colleague, Senator Joel-Onowakpo has raised the issue of the independence of INEC and, of course, the danger of this House interfering or undermining the work of INEC. But I would like to go a few paces further, sir. INEC's delineation exercises are often politically sensitive, and this is no exception. A legislative investigation, especially one potentially perceived as partisan or localized, stands the risk of eroding public confidence in the neutrality of both INEC and the National Assembly. I want to propose, sir, that instead, therefore, of having an inquiry by the Senate, it may be more productive to encourage stakeholder dialogue facilitated by both INEC and the Delta State Inter-Party Advisory Council. The legislature should act as a stabilizer, not as an escalator, especially in sensitive local boundary and representation issues. I want to bring another point to the table, sir. This issue of delineation in this constituency is over 12 years old. There have been...
you have 1 minute remained.
There have been various attempts to bring the matter to the courts to stop the delineation, and it got as far as the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court ruled that INEC should go ahead with the delineation. On conclusion of that, attempts have been made to stop the release of the report, and a further attempt was made at the Abuja High Court to stop the Abuja High Court from hearing, to make the Abuja High Court stop INEC from the exercise again. At that court, it was thrown out that this was an attempt by the plaintiff to have this matter...
The time is off.
...heard again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go to the prayers. Matters. A lot of matters. You brought the motion. There should be some... you need to... I don't know. Leader, can you advise?
I thought you wanted clarification from...
I thank you, Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues. As it were, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Electoral Matters was the one who brought this motion. And given the controversy that surrounds this motion, to begin with, for fairness...
I think there's a state and local government.
Yeah, state and local government.
And then, of course, and then we'll add judiciary to it.
Yes, and having judiciary. And having said that, Mr. President, we also should not lose sight of the point made by distinguished Senator Joel-Onowakpo that this matter is before the court. So part of the terms of reference of this committee should also be to ascertain whether the status, of the, so if it is true that it's before the court or not. But involving also the committee on judiciary, I believe is
we'll have the right to that. Thank you very much. Yes, so anybody who is additional prayer to make this adjustment.
This matter is very known to some of us that have been in this National Assembly for some times. And this is a very sensitive, very, very sensitive matter. I was in Warri, the city of Warri, in September. And I took time to speak to people from both divides.
Sorry, Senator Ningi, you are a ranking senator. I don't want to cut you. Can you couch prayers to assuage what you are talking about? Let's have prayers.
I'm coming with because there are two points of law. One is that this matter cannot be discussed because it's in court. The other one is whether a matter is in court, can the National Assembly not be able to also discuss it and investigate it? That is the point I was trying to...
We want to have a win-win situation here. Let's couch prayer, that will put all this together to solve this issue. Because somebody would now ask, where is the court order? Where is the proof that this matter is in court?
Why...
So what I'm trying to say is that you help us, together with the leader, let's couch a prayer that will allow all those interested so that they can all be comfortable, their justice will be served. All right? That's why we will say, okay, board committees should be involved. State and local government and judiciary should all be involved to look at, investigate, and then report back to us. It won't be the final anyway.
No, I thought if you look at the prayer one, rather than say electoral matters, because prayer one is all encompassing, exhaustive, undertaking, investigative inquiry, rather than by one committee, it should be by joint committee on state and local government, judiciary, and
INEC. It doesn't matter having these two other committees
balance special duties.
Even though you see, you shouldn't have brought the motion in the first case. Anyway, no problem. No problem. You can remain. We'll bring two other committees to join.
Yes.
The judiciary now will be the lead committee.
The reference, even from the villa. No, I'm saying that. Look, don't get me wrong.
Oh, okay, so.
Oh, there's a letter. If there is a document, so it's not a hidden document, you should have said it. Apart from that, let me clear, as Ningi said, that was why we said the boundary commission
is somebody that is guiding this motion from what he has said.
No, he's an interested party.
No, don't talk. You don't have.
He's an interested party.
Protected.
In that case, an interested party should also not be part of it.
Order. Senator Joel. Senator Joel.
Allow the Senate to discuss
Senator
it.
Joel.
This is Nigeria. We are not talking about
Senator Joel.
Why should you say so?
That's why you're saying that I think your committee is interested. Okay, Mr. President.
On election matters, state and local government, and judiciary, and judiciary should lead.
On electoral matters, judiciary, states and local government, to among other things undertake an exhaustive investigation inquiry into the delineation exercise through robust interface with relevant stakeholders, carry out on the spot assessment of affected community as well as conduct an investigating hearing with a view to revealing the circumstances surrounding the allegation and make appropriate recommendation to the Senate on the way forward. Full stop.
Seconder. Okay, leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, let me just say that the Senate Committee on Special Duties was omitted. That should be included, and also the Senate Committee on Public Petitions, because this is actually a petition. I thought I was sent to the Committee on INEC. So that would just be my addition, and I so second.
Those of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. I don't think the second prayer is no longer necessary. It's no longer necessary. So the committee has 4 weeks to submit a report, and the lead committee in this case shall be the Judiciary Committee. So you have INEC, Judiciary, Special Duties, Public Petitions. Lead to be led by Judiciary Committee. So, state and local government. So thank you very much. I'm sure we'll be able to deal with the matter. And that's the end of it. The report will still be submitted to us for further, scrutiny and then approval. Leader of Senate, can you please move for the adjournment of this August Senate till tomorrow?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm ready to see 25 at 11 a.m. prompt. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion that we adjourn the House having exhausted all the items on the agenda today till tomorrow, Thursday, 13th of November 2025. I so second.